Hello class. So today we will be going over how to lay out your building using the pencil, the ruler, and we will be going over the pen in the next demonstration. So to start out, I have my sketch, and this will be what I am using to reference when drawing out my building. In order to lay out your building, you want to be using straight lines if you're using straight lines in your concept. As you can see, mine has many cube shapes, and all of my windows I want to be straight, and because it's my sketch, I didn't have to make them straight at the time, but for my final project, they need to be straight so that everything is clean and organized. But I'm going to be showing you how to do it from the eye because I don't want to make my exact sketch. I just want to use my sketch as a reference when building my final project. When starting out, you want to start in the middle so that you know how much space you will have left when it comes to the sides, the top, and the bottom of the page. You don't want to have you don't want your image to be falling off of the page. You want everything to be in the middle. So I will be starting with some of these middle boxes first, and then I will work around the outside. When using pencil, I want to make light lines. I don't want to go very dark. So I'm going to show you a dark line versus a light line. So this is an example of a darker line. And the problem with the dark line is that when you go over it with the pen, depending on the size of the pen tip, it might not clean up as well and the pen might not stay as well. So when I go over with the pen and I erase, you can still see part of the pencil, and I also erased part of the pen. So what you want to do is you want to make a light line . And you're just sketching it out. See how I have this extra line here? Because I don't want that anymore and I used a light line, it's much easier to erase and it's not going to show up as much as if I make a mistake with the dark line. So let's say I accidentally extended this line. This line will be harder to erase. So when I go to erase it, it's not going to erase, and it looks like your light line, except this will never go away because you made it so dark. If you decide that you're going to be using curves in your project, then you want to be sure that you're still using those light brush strokes, those light pencil markings, but because you can't necessarily use a ruler for this part, you want to be slow with your hand movements. This will allow you to have more control over the pencil, because if I was going to make a curve, let's say I wanted to add a bubble here, and I just did light strokes like that, this is not very clean. This is more of a sketch. So instead, I would do a long, slow, and this might not be the cleanest, but this will be easier to trace over because in this you might have different layers within. So when you start to sketch it out with the pen, you won't know if you want to go up here, this direction, or this direction. So just be sure that you're using one solid line rather than different layers. As you work through your project, you want to be sure that your lines are straight and your surface is clean. If you do find that you are making your markings too dark, come and talk to me so that we can figure it out. There might be a solution that we can come up with, such as painting over it with white. However, I do not want to do that, so please be sure that you're using light strokes that can be erased and not dark ones. Thank you. I hope this tutorial was helpful. I hope you guys enjoy this project, and I will see you next time.